Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what is up? The king of lightning here today. GARO. GARO Honoo no Kokuin, GARO the animation, whatever you want to call it. Episode 7 through 9 review. Now, to be quite honest, episode 7 is very bland, like not really worth even talking about that much. Episode 8, more so the same way, but it was actually very funny, and I did like the parallel that they made, where pretty much episode 8 is a reiteration of what occurred during the same time frame, but instead of following Leon, we follow Herman and what he was doing. And episode 8 was fucking hilarious. So goddamn funny. But mainly for the story, all it really is for both episodes, it's Leon trying to find his way because he was bested by the Black Knight. And now he's trying to find a means of becoming stronger. He is now taking into consideration what was stated by the former GARO, the Knight of Light. I think that's what his name is, his moniker. To look upon your blade and ask, what is it that you must protect? Where in episode 9, I think it's more obviously stated, where Alfonso has something that he clearly wants to protect, which makes him stronger. It makes his blade sharper. It makes his attack swifter. That need, that urge to protect someone that you love, for the people that you love. Whereas Leon doesn't really have that. So he's not as strong as he needs to be. There's actually a very distinct emotional, and maybe even, there are demons in the show. So obviously there's also a spiritual aspect to this, where the powers that one wield will enhance, given the notion that they must protect someone that they love, or people that they love. Or, in Alfonso's case, the entire country, from the hands of Mendoza. But also in episode 7 and 8, what's very important is the introduction of a new character called Bernardo. Bernardo. And basically he is a former Makai Knight. Well, no, he's a current Makai Knight who has apparently fallen. And this is actually a very new concept, which is fascinating. And the assumption here is, given episode 8, we have Herman in the midst of his ridiculous, almost... Basically, he was running around exposing himself to everybody. And it wasn't intentional. He lost his clothes from these thieves. But regardless, that's what actually happened, and wound up being a very, funny thing going on. But it got serious, obviously, once Emma comes in, and you have him go over and meet Garim, the chick, who oversees, the Makai Knights. But we get a flashback of Bernardo, and pretty much how there was a situation where Bernardo, because they used to chill all the time, Herman, where at that point in time his name was Roberto, they used to chill all the time, and they used to chill with the mother of Leon. And what ended up happening is that there's a situation where they were caught, or they were being chased by these knights, and Bernardo used himself as a shield to allow Herman and, I forgot what her name was, but to allow them to escape, pretty much, the mother of Leon. And he was there distracting the knights. But it is law that the Makai Knights cannot attack regular humans. They can only pass judgment upon demons. And he's fallen because, and here's my speculation, I think he killed the knights that are chasing him. Again, this is something that you're not supposed to do as a Makai Knight. But he always had a feeling that this day would come where he would attack those he is supposed to protect from the darkness, therefore becoming the darkness itself. Because Makai armor essentially is demon armor. That's what it is. So if you attack human beings in the same fashion that demons attack human beings, therefore you yourself become a demon, therefore you're fallen. Which is why it's no surprise to find out that he's now signed with Mendoza. So it's a fascinating situation we find out that, again, these Kokuin, they can fall from grace. So episodes 7 and 8 are important from that aspect, but overall, the majority of episode 7 is very meh, not really important at all. The whole werewolf thing, and like the Pepe, and then like being drugged, and not knowing who he is, and then some random horror that was a kid who was like sold as a slave. It's not really important at all, to be quite honest with you. Episode 8, again, more so funny, but we get more insight about the person, Bernardo, and who he is from a standpoint of like his character worth overall in the story, like how pretty much his connections with Herman and Leon and Leon's mother, so on and so forth. So very basic shit right there. Episode 9 is fucking amazing. Episode 9 blew my mind on a whole host of levels. Episode 9, I would consider a bona fide masterpiece. I'm not even fucking joking. Episode 9 was emotional, it was breathtaking, it was awe-inspiring, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I kind of teared up because I was like, fuck. Because I did not expect Raphael to die. This motherfucker died mid-speech. This dude died mid-speech, son. And you knew beforehand. I mean, that's the one thing I didn't like. I didn't like the fact that all of a sudden he had like this terminal illness and like he was coughing up blood and shit. Like the fuck's that? Like since when? Well, apparently since now. So that pissed me off. But the whole, because in a weird way, Alfonso has already had his coming of age when you see him like episode 3 or episode 2 when his mother gives him the necklace, and he already had his coming of age moment, Alfonso. But the way this episode goes, number 1, it's like a second coming of age for Alfonso. Him becoming a Makai Knight. His training paying off. But in the process, his master, Raphael Banderas, dies at the hands of a ridiculously powerful horror. This horror outclassed every fucking horror we've seen to date by leaps and bounds. It wasn't even like horrors, like they're pretty powerful. Like at most horrors I've seen, well, I can guess they've had like enough strength to like destroy a house, destroy like maybe like a small building. This dude, the Chimera of the Olean Roller, I think it was called, where initially you're hearing a goddamn story about it, and it looks like a lion with like a snake head. It has like the chains of the fallen knights around it. It wears it as like an armor or clothes, and it looks pretty intimidating, pretty beastly. When you see it, when you actually see this Chimera of the Olean Road, holy fuck, it wasn't even like, I was like, what the fuck is that? It was like a giant mobile floating tombstone with like twin Grim Reaper sickles. It had like corpses on its underside, and it was like levitating on the fucking corpses and shit. And it fired like random purple phasers and shit, and it was insane. And that was when the gate wasn't open. When the giant gate in the middle opened, you're like, what the fuck is happening here? This thing fired a freaking beam of some kind. This thing blew apart a fucking mountain. I was like, wait, what? What is this guy? Powerful. Fucking dude vaporized a mountain and everything in its wake. I'm like, how do you go from like building house DC wise to fucking like molten mountain? I'm like, who the fuck? What? This dude was OP. He wasn't even, I'm seeing this guy. I'm like, it's not even fair. This is the furthest thing from fair. But episode 9 number one, has very good interaction between the characters. In my opinion, the two Prima characters. I mean, even though Herman is always with Leon, and he's been the most prevalent among the three, compared, well, but the second most prevalent compared to the three. Alfonso and Leon are the ones who are going to usher in the next generation of Makai Knights. Therefore, I consider Alfonso to be more of a prominent character than Herman, even though Herman is the father of Leon. Just saying. So you have the first character interaction between these two young Makai Knights. Well, one being like an apprentice and one being like an actual Makai Knight. And it was pretty unique because you have someone like Alfonso, who's always been in the castle, who's always gotten these things for him, actually exploring around the town and, you know, being almost swindled by these individuals who apparently they bumped into Alfonso and their pot broke, you know, shit like that. So he's accustoming himself to the world, which he was bartered off from because he was in that bubble in the castle, obviously. And then it is, for the first time, I believe so, Leon meeting Garim, and then obviously their first interaction. Then it was Raphael, who is training Alfonso, and he's doing a very good job. Still not on the same level as Raphael himself, but then that takes years of experience, obviously. And then it was when you find out he's coughing up blood, and you realize, oh shit, he's actually really sick. And that one moment where you have Alfonso lead towards the city, Raphael, he passes out, coughing up a shit ton of blood, and he knew that he didn't have a lot of time left to train Alfonso. This was the final, like, this was it. And the fact that you saw the former GARO woke up to him in an image and say, yeah, like, I got it, like, I understand, you know, like, I got shit to do. I'm not gonna keel over and die just yet. So then comes the actual fight. Now, granted, what did throw me off, there was one thing in the animation that I think was very awkward, in which it was the transition from night to day in like an instant, where you have Alfonso and Leon just so happen to be targeting the same holder, and when they're running, it's nighttime, and then all of a sudden, like, they can feel like an airburst, and they run towards that location, and then the moment they get out of the woods, it goes from night to day. I'm like, what the fuck? Why is the sun out? So that, I think, was a clear error in the animator's part, because it was nighttime before, now all of a sudden it's daytime. No doubt. Or maybe it was like mock dawn, whatever. But then came the actual fight. Now, the fight in of itself was actually pretty nice. You have a lot of coordination going on between Leon and Alfonso without the Makai armors on. And they're doing a pretty good job. Leon, you know, by himself without the Makai armor on, pretty damn good. And they're able to actually take out the sickle parts. And then what ends up happening is, okay, fine. So they take out the sickle parts, they take out most like the phasers, they damage the tombstone, so they think that they won. No, false. The tombstone is damaged, the gates around the door crack open, and a fucking giant mouth with teeth and shit. Like, what the fuck? GARO armor is now donned upon Leon, and he has to shave off Alfonso because Alfonso doesn't have a Makai armor. The animation of when GARO is dodging and blitzing the attacks of the Chimera of the Orient Road was fantastic. It was beautiful. And there was something serene about it. But he winds up getting pinned anyway. And then you have fucking Raphael come in there. And you're thinking, they fucking got it. Like, there wasn't a moment in my mind where I'm thinking he's gonna die. You're thinking, oh shit, Raphael, he's coming in, he's fucking the armor, like, yeah. And then fucking Gaia, he's coming in there, he's dodging all this shit. This shit, the animation looked like a fucking rave party, and it was epic. It was so goddamn beautiful. The way he was dodging the shit, the way he was like just like the way it was animated, as if like he was a part of the strobe of lights that were coming towards him, like a rock in the middle of a river. It was fucking beautiful. It was beautiful, man. He winds up penetrating through all these defenses. Finally gets to the front of the damn gate. He stabs that thing in. And you're thinking, fucking done. Over. All of a sudden, starts coughing up blood. His body goes slump. And the fucking skewers of the horror go right through his body. I'm like, fuck. I was stunned. I could not believe that was happening. And then the armor goes over to fucking Alfonso. That's the sword. Inheritance right there. And all the while you're getting flashbacks of apparently Raphael's son, his actual son, died at some point and he couldn't inherit the Gaia armor. So if Raphael didn't find someone soon to train, his Gaia armor would have wandered wherever without a master. So he found a master. And that master is Alfonso. And he's speeching. And in the midst of that speech, son, his body got ripped apart. The dude didn't even finish his fucking speech. Raphael's a cool motherfucker. And they decide to have these giant leech-like protrusions from this gate just consume him mid-speech. And when Alfonso grabs the sword, he dons the Gaia armor. Beastly fucking shit, man. Effectively one-shots the Chimera of the Odeon Road. And then the thing blows up. I was fucking proud. Like, that's the appropriate word. I was fucking proud of Alfonso. I was like, yo. That's some good shit right there, man. Like, that's some really good fucking shit. Because Alfonso deserves the power that he has currently. But I did not expect it to come at the cost of the life of Rafael Banderas in the way he died. So episode 9 is on a whole new level. Like episode 7 is okay at best. Subpar plus, actually. Episode 8 is funny, but overall that's okay plus. Episode fucking 9 is amazing to yo. Straight up. If not for the little, like, let's say, errors in animation, like, again, going from night to day in an instant, and if not for the randomness that was his apparent illness, Raphael, I would have considered that shit a fucking masterpiece. I'll be quite honest with you. Like, that shit is beautiful. It's some dope ass shit. Because it's not only the animation, it's not only the intensity, it's not only the coming of age, it's not only the mature themes being pushed along, it's not only the understanding of Raphael's character as a knight and his loss back in the heyday when he lost his son. Not only is it Leon trying to find out who he is as an individual, to find what he has to protect as a knight, but it's the emotions that are an accumulation of all these things being neatly wrapped up in a nice package and having that delivered to you in such a way where it touches your heart. It really does. I like it. I love it. So overall, once again, for the last time, episode 7, okay plus, nah. Subpar plus to okay. Episode 8, okay plus. Episode 9 is amazing to yo. Straight up. Straight up. So, I will see you guys and gals later. King of Lightning, rate the video, comment, subscribe. Peace. Have a nice damn day.